Welcome to the Loam North American Bike Park Review Tour. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Drew. This summer we're going to be hitting the road to not only review the trails at bike parks, but give you some of the best information on local spots to eat, lodging, camping, and activities to do off the mountain.
So strap in, let's hit the road.
Welcome to Deer Valley Resort, just 36 miles east of Salt Lake City, Utah. We are here checking out Deer Valley's mountain bike park.
Now this bike park actually goes back a long time, before I was even born. In 1992 they opened this bike park, 2 bikes, and they've been running ever since. This park has a rich history and a lot of the trails actually date back to that era, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so Deer Valley actually has 70 trails, or 70 miles of trails inside the park, which are part of the greater Park City Trail Network. In the last 5 years, they've been working on a 5-year plan with Gravity Logic to build more new school flow trails. Gravity Logic has done a great job of kind of improving and offering different style of riding terrain for the riders out there.
Now, one of the coolest areas about this bike park is the fact that that 70 mile in the bike park is just the tip of the iceberg. There's 400 miles of trail that can be accessed either from the lifts or from the park itself. So just riding the park alone is just a small piece of what this place has to offer.
Beyond the trail offerings, there's plenty of stuff to do here in Deer Valley and the neighboring town of Park City. Tuesday nights, they've got a Twilight Tuesday series. There's $3 tacos up on the mountain, so you can come down, get a taco between your runs. They run the chairs from 10 to 5 during the week. Twilight Tuesdays, they run from 5 to 8. So it's a great midweek break if you want to come up here, have some fun, ride with your friends on a Taco Tuesday. It's a good time. Wednesday night, they have a concert series, and we went last night, and it was awesome. They had a bluegrass band playing. There's a lot of local restaurants. You know, they got beer, drinks, little service carts. So show up, bring a blanket. There's tons of people, good music, and definitely a lot of fun, especially for a midweek break.
Now, one of our favorite places for breakfast was the Deer Valley Grocery and Cafe. They have a full breakfast thing, awesome coffee, really amazing pastries, and you can sit out on the deck overlooking the lake. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and then for lunch, we tried the Royal Street Cafe and the Snack Shack. The Royal Street Cafe is definitely a bit spendy. For 5 of us, the bill was 180 bucks. And I mean, we definitely didn't really go, you know, way out of control here. We each had 1 drink, non-alcoholic, and a meal, you know, it was either a burger or a sandwich. And so, I mean, it's, you know, I guess if you know Deer Valley, you know the reputation. So it's a little spendy, but the Snack Shack does have some slightly more affordable options. Or if you are staying locally here at one of the many lodges, cabins, hotels, you can just come down the chair, make yourself your own sandwich, and shoot back up the hill, save yourself a few bucks.
While Deer Valley is kind of nestled up in the mountains, if you go down to Park City, there's a ton of nightlife, bars, things to do, restaurants to go to, shops you can go to. We went and grabbed some pizza at DAVANZA'S Pizza. It's an awesome little eclectic place. Beer cans all over the wall, great pizza, awesome vibes.
And if you want to take a day off from the bike park, let your hands rest, which we definitely need to do, there's also the Winter Olympic Park. And they've got everything from luge rides to an alpine slide. I mean, all sorts of fun stuff. They've got some cool exhibits. And then if you want to drive about 30 minutes, you can get into some other really cool stuff like Jordanelle State Park, where we went and had a swim.
Gorgeous alpine lake, nice to take a dip, especially it's pretty, you know, roasty up here in the summer. So cool, nice, you know, way to cool off and take a swim.
Now to get down to it.
Yeah.
How do you rate the park? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses?
So I think one of the strengths of this park is the size of its trail network. So, you know, like I said earlier, the bike park itself is just the tip of the iceberg. So you have all those exterior trails to ride. If you are someone that, you know, loves trail riding, this is an amazing place to go. And you have the lift to get you up there onto that upper ridge, where then you can, you know, finger off that and take out, you know, a ton of awesome trails. There is also some flow trail. I would say, you know, that is probably the lesser part of what they have here. Most of it is more raw and natural and kind of old school feeling. Yeah. In terms of favorite trails, I think 2 stood out to us. NCS is on the lower part of the mountain. It's a double black, but it is so much fun. Loose, rocky, there's some steep rock rolling sections. Definitely a challenging trail, but one that has some great flow. There's also a really cool section at the bottom where you go through a gully, kind of riding up on the sides. Really cool part. Another favorite trail was Tsunami. I think that's a lot of other people's favorite trail here. It's their new black jump trail. Really fun, you know, some big tables, some cool shark fins, large berms, fast flowing trail. Definitely cool and part of the new school stuff that they're trying to do at this park.
And part of the new school stuff too is Tidal Wave, which is a, you know, a blue level jump trail. And I thought it was actually, it had moments of greatness and some other spots that were like a little bit boring, but like for the most part, it was one of the better beginner to intermediate jump trails I've ridden, I think. A lot of really neat stuff there. And two trails that I really liked were Nail Driver and Super G. Nothing amazing, nothing like super hard or techy, but you're just flying through the aspens at speed, right? It's a good beginner trail. I think it's rated as a blue, so it doesn't take a lot of skill necessarily to be in there, but the faster you go, the more fun it gets, because you're just nuking through aspens, and it can be a really fun trail.
So yeah, overall, I think, what would be your score for this bike park out of 10?
Oh man, I would give it, right now as it sits, I'd probably give the park about a 7.5. And I think there's a lot of potential to grow. 10 to 5 lift hours, a little bit short in my opinion. Cost of the food. Lodging, you can find some stuff under 200 bucks, you know, down in town, but I just think the 10 to 5 and the lack of progression from, you know, for intermediate level riders is not quite there yet. And some of the old school trails are just still a little bit too old school, even for me. So
I will say though, I spent a little bit more time off mountain than you have riding some of that extra trail, and it's seriously some of the top trail that I've ever ridden in my life. So yeah, there, you know, we didn't get to touch on that so much this trip, but there is some really amazing stuff that isn't necessarily in the bike park that I think would raise the score a little bit. The other nice thing about this place is it has a great nightlife in Park City. So if you're into that, you can go check that out. That definitely, I think, raises the score a little bit too, even though things are expensive here. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think I'd probably put mine right around where you were at 7.5 overall. Okay. But definitely a cool bike park, something worth checking out. There's a lot of really amazing trails here, and just the town is so cool. Park City is cool. Deer Valley is absolutely beautiful. It's a cool place to check out.
All right, guys, well, there you have it. Coming to you from Deer Valley, Utah.
Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube. You can check out the full series of videos. We're gonna be going to over 12 North American bike parks and reviewing the riding, culture, food, everything else. So check it out. Thanks.